it is now time to put this on the shelves behind me. So I'm going to have to take down the set that's on the end here because I only have room to display 16 sets and we now have 19. It almost feels like I should put 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18 to show that full run. I like that it has all of the 80s on one shelf and all of the Fourth Doctors on one level. What do you think? Should I keep it this way or the way that I had it, starting with the earliest chronological seasons and going from there? Let me know what you think.
Doctor Who Guide membership gives you early access to Doctor Who Guide videos.
You are watching the Doctor Who Guide.
I'm really, really hoping that it has not arrived damaged. It has taken ages to arrive. All right, it is now open. Moment of truth. That looks okay. Look at that. That's like widescreen. I think I'm most excited there's so many special features, but I'm really excited about the optional updated CGI. I really want to see how that impacts Warriors of the Deep. Oh my word. Here it is, brand new and unsealed. It's been a couple days later. I've had a chance to watch some of this amazing set. Beautiful artwork by Lee Binding once again. This is what the binding looks like. This has got to be the widest set we've had so far. This is the back of the J-card itself. It has incredible artwork from Warriors of the Deep. Absolutely incredible. And on the interior, oh my gosh, we have the discs as well as this booklet holder with incredible artwork from Frontios. I mean, take a look at that. We have the TARDIS hat stand. Oh my gosh, all this left of the TARDIS and meteorites falling down on the surface of Frontios with the TARDIS crew taking shelter. That is absolutely amazing stuff. We'll take a look at that later. Now we have the discs themselves. Disc 1 has Warriors of the Deep with the Fifth Doctor, Tegan, and Turlough. Disc 2 has The Awakening with the Fifth Doctor being held. And on this disc 3, we have Frontios, which has Turlough and the Gravis and more tractators to either side. Disc 4 has Resurrection of the Daleks with the Doctor and Styles both wielding guns. Surprising for the Doctor to do. And we have Daleks in the background. I love the purple feel of this discs. We have disc 5, which also has Resurrection of the Daleks, but a different version. And we have, of course, Daleks that are melted and exploded in the background with Tegan and Turlough. This is a very good disc to have Tegan featured on there. And Planet of Fire has Turlough and Peri. And Chameleon. I was wondering, because there are lots of first and last in this story, who would be featured on this disc? And I think it's a perfect selection of all three to have here. Beautiful artwork. Disc 7 has the Caves of Androzani with, of course, this climactic moment with the Fifth Doctor and Peri. What else would you put on there? That's amazing. The Twin Dilemma also on disc 8 has the Sixth Doctor in the Fifth Doctor's outfit and Peri there looking apprehensive and fairly so. And let's see on the TARDIS console in the background, we also have disc 9, which has the Planet of Fire special edition. This incredible shot of our cast here with Tegan, Turlough, and the Doctor. And then finally, we have disc 10 with the Sixth Doctor and Peri, which is absolutely incredible. And then if we just take this disc out, look at this. We have the Fifth and Sixth Doctors there with this beautiful pink background, the theme in the background. And this is amazing. This really feels like a callback to the Unearthly Child artwork, VHS artwork with the First Doctor and Susan's eyes overlapping. This feels kind of reminiscent of that. And I love that it shows both Doctors there in a really cool way. That's just so special. None of these glue dots have torn. This set has given me enough room to actually use the disc holders and access all the discs. I am so pleased that this set has come in perfect condition. There's a lot that can go wrong with these sets, so I'm so glad that this came in good condition. And this is the back artwork. Oh my word, from the Twin Dilemma. I absolutely love this. It's a really great nod to this story and the fact that this is the Sixth Doctor's first story. And I love that they've chosen to feature that
along with Nicola Bryant as Peri there, Colin Baker as the Sixth Doctor, and the TARDIS there on the planet Jaconda. I love it, the dusky pink lighting. This is what's on the bottom of the J card. We have the Sixth Doctor and Peri with the artwork from the back. All right, let's open up this booklet holder, which is one of the unique selling propositions of this set is the booklet holder, and the artwork lines up very well. Love to see that. On the interior, beautiful artwork of the Fifth Doctor, Tegan, and Turlough with Sea Devils and Silurians and the Merca. This is what we saw on the back of the set, and we have our Merca in the background, the Silurians, Sea Devils, Turlough, Tegan, and the Fifth Doctor there with water pouring down. Now we get to see it huge and colorful, really dynamic. Love the positioning of all the characters, and we have perfect alignment of this flap. I'm just so pleased with that. That's so satisfying. And we have the booklet itself here with that same artwork. We'll take a look at that. We have the promotional booklet. We'll take a look at that. But let's take a look first at this diorama fold out of the TARDIS underneath the surface of Frontios being pulled together by the Gravis. And it's a big moment in the story, and we've got this artwork on the top and underneath. And we'll take a look at the booklet. The artwork does wrap around all of the Doctors from this season and all of the major companions in this series. A lovely picture of our cast, pages 2 and 3, with a quote from Peter Davison that says, "It was the best one we'd done." Pages 4 and 5 break down the contents of disc 1. Pages 6 and 7 with new artwork by Lee Binding there. Absolutely incredible. I love that green design. The pages 8 and 9, pages 10 and 11 give us the disc contents of disc 2. This has optional updated special effects. Pages 12 and 13 give us new artwork, which looks incredible. Pages 14 and 15 dive into the disc contents for disc 3, again with updated optional special effects. Pages 16 and 17 with new artwork from Frontios. Again, absolutely incredible. Pages 18 and 19 breaking down discs 4 and 5 for Resurrection of the Daleks. So what you're seeing is the alternate 4-part version prepared for transmission in 1984 on disc 5 before being restructured into 2 episodes. Page 20 and 21, new artwork from Lee Binding. That looks so lovely. And we have pages 22 and 23. Pages 24 and 25 give us Planet of Fire with the disc contents for disc 6 broken down, with new artwork for Planet of Fire on page 26 there, with the Mesos triangle being the framing for the artwork there. Disc 7 is covered on pages 28 and 29 for the Kids of Androzani with updated special effects. Pages 30 and 31, page 32 and 33, incredible artwork. Pages 34 and 35 break down the disc 8 contents for the Twin Dilemma, and the Sixth Doctor there with half his Fifth Doctor jacket and half his Sixth Doctor jacket. Oh my word, full page artwork. Love the full page artwork for the Twin Dilemma, and pages 38 and 39 round this out. Disc 9 and Disc 10's contents broken down here. So we have the Fifth Doctor Escape Room team, the Sixth Doctor Escape Room team, the Planet of Fire Special Edition, which is an alternative DVD edit with introduction from director Fiona Cumming and optional 5.1 surround sound. The Fifth Doctor Revisited, the special program made for the 50th anniversary in 2013, looks back at Peter Davison's time as the Doctor. Disc 10 has Look Who's Boating, which looks really, really fun, and the 5-ish Doctors, as well as Tales of the TARDIS, Earthshock, and VT Clocks. We have our credits down below. We also get products promoted. So we have Big Finish, and we have the 15th Doctor Volume 1 and more comics promo for Lost in Time themed for the season 21, which is really cool, and season 21 by the book shown here with all of the Target novelization audiobooks listed out here. That's really fun to see them all grouped together here. The 15th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver and the latest batch of new series Target novelizations, which look really, really cool there. Love to see those. And we have the Dalek Awakens escape room advertised, as well as the official Doctor Who quiz book out now. And on the final pages, we have Doctor Who magazine, promoed, as well as Forbidden Planet with their range of t-shirts and enamel pin badges. That's so cool. We have a list of all of the stories in this season, including the Sixth Doctor's first story of the Twin Dilemma. 26 episodes once again, but with one of the widest lists of bonus features I have ever seen. You can pause and read those. I'm most excited for the optional updated special effects, as well as the special edition of Warriors of the Deep. We have In Conversation, 3 new interviews with Janet Fielding, Mark Strickson, and Matthew Waterhouse. That's really, really cool. They're just finishing off all of the Fifth Doctor interviews that they could possibly want to have in this set, which is great. And new making of documentaries for Resurrection and the Twin Dilemma. Bonus documentaries called Look Who's Boating and 48 Hours with Fielding. Behind the Sofa, 7 new episodes. Those are always really fun with an array of Doctor Who cast members, and Doctor Who Escape Room, 2 new episodes. I believe it's Team 5th Doctor and Team 6th Doctor. The 5-ish Doctors with brand new audio commentary. That's amazing. The 5-ish Doctors in the US is really hard to find on physical media, so having that in the US version when that comes out will be awesome. It's going to be called Peter Davison Complete Season 3. Tales of the TARDIS 2, for the first time on Blu-ray, the 2023 version of Earthshock with linking material from Peter Davison and Janet Fielding. That's really epic. And 5.1 surround sound mixes exclusive to Blu-ray for Warriors of the Deep, The Awakening, Resurrection of the Daleks, and the Caves of Androzani. New audio commentaries with Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, and Mark Strickson, and archive treats, as well as a Blu-ray trailer for the set, convention footage, PDF written archive of scripts, and rare archival material. Definitely check that out. Lots of goodies in there. Each disc also features extensive special features previously released on DVD, including making of documentaries, featurettes, isolated music, audio commentaries, and info text, and more. So you can pause and read that. So lots of info on the back of this J card. This is what the interior binding looks like with the J card. And if we take this off carefully, we can set this J card off to the side and take a look at this beautiful set. We have a wonderful rainbow background. The Fifth Doctor looking at us, very serious there. His outfit is muddied, his hands are dirty, and he's holding the vial of Queen Bat milk, which just absolutely incredible choice for the item. Each Doctor's holding something in most of these sets, if not waving in one of them. And so this is really cool. I'm always excited to see and think about like what item would each Doctor be holding in each of these sets. So I think that's a great choice by Lee Binding. So yeah, looking beat up, a little scruffy, but nonetheless resolute and determined to save the day in his final adventure. And we have here down in the middle, we've got the Malice, Skibus, 2 Sea Devil warriors. We have Davros, a Dalek, Shara's Jack, the Master, as well as the Gravis. So that is amazing. Love that array of characters. If we turn it over, we can see what the binding looks like without the J card. All right, I've heard a lot of people talking about the AI upscaling, quality improvement techniques being used on this set as well as on the previous set for season 13, and I wanted to address my thoughts on those as well, because here's the thing. On season 13, season 13 was one thing, but season 21, I started to really notice the AI upscaling on this set. So I've watched the special updated effects for Warriors of the Deep. I have lots of thoughts on those. And I also watched the Awakenings updated special effects. I have lots of thoughts on those. I love what they do with the updated CGI effects because it's optional. It's a wonderful reimagining of what would this story have looked like if they would have had modern day effects, and to basically give those stories a new chance to shine, where the only thing essentially, if you're going to say wrong with them, would be outdated effects or effects that were perhaps more ambitious than they could pull off at the time. As far as the AI upscaling goes, or I don't know if that's the correct term, but that's the term I know how to use, using AI to enhance the quality of this set, I found it really, really noticeable. If text got small enough on screen, you start to see it warp and become squiggles and lines, no longer letters. And you sometimes could see it morphing in real time as text gets, closer to the screen. I saw a lot of people posting about particular moments, like the doctor wipes away to dust to reveal a text, and you can see it changing a lot there. There were lots of other scenes where I noticed text changing and morphing, and it took me out of the story, which was a shame. And for me, the more distracting thing is that faces change and morph, not just when a regeneration's happening, but basically anytime a character gets past a certain midpoint, you start to see some shifting in the face, as well as if they're in the background, sometimes they don't even look like the same character, and it's really distracting to me. That was what stood out to me, and I think it should be optional. Personally, I think it should be optional to have the AI upscaling, because what bugs me about it is that this set does not preserve the history of Doctor Who as other sets have done. I would not recommend selling your DVDs if you're going to get this set until you've had a chance to check out the AI upscaling and seeing if that bothers you enough, because essentially what this technique is doing is changing the faces, changing the text, and you really notice that it is being put through a filter that does not understand how the human face is supposed to be put together and how it's supposed to change or stay the same and not change just because it's further away in the background. You're not supposed to see that text changing and morphing. And in general, there's a style that I notice, and maybe once you notice it, you can't unsee it, but it's really clear edges and then a kind of blurred interior that you might see as like a filter that you would use to, make yourself look slightly younger on apps or on social media and stuff. And so it's just really like a certain look and feel to the episode. And what I think is a shame about that is you see it mostly on the videotape sequences. The film sequences are really clearly done, and so I don't think they felt as much of a need to use those, though they hold up better over time. I think there's just more data there to be able to restore it with, but the videotape sequences really show a lot of the AI upscaling, and I think it's just a shame because it doesn't preserve the history of Doctor Who. It's modifying it in ways that the faces look different. Text almost certainly, unless it's very close to the camera, looks different, and it's just very distracting. And to me, a big part of Doctor Who on physical media, the point of it versus streaming, is to preserve that history in a way that is authentic to the original, and I don't feel that this set does that. I think it would be really successful if they did their normal restoration techniques like they've been doing up until this point, other than season 13, which they also did AI upscaling for. I think that if they made it an optional version, like how they are making the CGI effects optional, I think that would be the way to go moving forward, is give us the AI upscaling, but I found it really distracting seeing the faces morph and change, and it's just such a shame to me. So, if you aren't bothered by it, that's great. It's not my intention to criticize beyond that. I do love what they were trying to do. I do think the overall effect of the quality improvement is very impressive. But just as I would say, if they put out a set with updated special effects, but no version of the original, I would have a problem with that because it's not preserving the history of Doctor Who. And so when people's faces are morphing and changing, I just think that's a step too far. It's one thing if you're using it to speed up the quality improvements without reconstructing anything or without modifying things, but to me, it was just very visible and unfortunately distracting from the rewatch. So those are my thoughts on the set. Comment down below with your thoughts as well. And so those are my thoughts. All that being said, I'm so excited to have this in the collection. It's a really, really big set, a really big milestone with this set. We now have 10 seasons in a row completed from season 17 all the way up to season 26. This finishes up the 80s. All of the 6th and 5th Doctor episodes are now on Blu-ray along with the 7th Doctor, and I cannot wait to add this to the collection and put it on the shelf.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Doctor Who Guide YouTube channel. Now,
don't forget to subscribe to the Doctor Who Guide YouTube channel. You know it makes sense. Don't forget to subscribe to the Doctor Who Guide YouTube channel.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Doctor Who YouTube channel guide.
You are watching the Doctor Who Guide. Dum, ba, dum, dum, ba, dum.